Shopping for a new car can feel like, well, a real challenge these days. Consumer Reports just dropped its annual list of the top 10 cars, trucks, and SUVs. CR's Associate Director of Auto Test Development, Alec Knizek, joins us via Zoom to talk about some of the vehicles that made this year's list. Alex, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course. It's always great to chat with you, especially around a topic that's affecting so many people. We're all trying to get the best deals, us car shoppers, at the top of the year. Now, this list, it is really extensive and thorough, but let's talk about the process and how you guys decide on which cars actually make the top picks list.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first of all, we buy and test all of the vehicles that are on this list, and about 50 cars every year. So we're, getting our hands on these things and really getting that firsthand experience. But, it really comes down to four major things. And the first is that it has to do really well in our testing. So we put all these cars through about 50 different tests here at our test track in Connecticut. And so it has to be at or at least near the top of its category. And then after that, we incorporate the survey data that we collect from our members every single year. So that primarily includes reliability. So all of these cars have to be, according to our members, really reliable, so not having a lot of problems. And then after that, owner satisfaction, right? So our members tell us that essentially they would buy this car again if they had the opportunity. And then lastly, safety. Safety is really, really important. And all of these cars have, at a bare minimum, standard automatic emergency braking, which is a proven safety feature. And, a lot of the cars on the list actually have a lot more than that, too. So you can pretty much be assured that all of these cars are meeting, a pretty rigorous set of criteria.
Okay, now I trade every maybe 150,000 miles or so when it comes to vehicles. But for anyone who's been out there, or should I say out of the car buying market for a while, now this is going to be a bit of a shock when it comes to sticker prices.
Right.
And they don't seem to be going down. So let's talk about cars you would consider to be value picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the great thing about this list is on average, people are paying about $48,000 for a new car today, which is pretty crazy. But yes, this list really focuses on value. So a lot of them come well under that price. And a good example is the Nissan Sentra. So this car starts at about $25,000 for a well-equipped version. And it really just represents a really good value, right? It meets all of those criteria I talked about. So it scores really well in our testing. It's comfortable. It drives well. It gets good fuel economy. And of course, it's reliable. So yeah, just really kind of is fitting this well-rounded place while coming well under that $48,000 price.
Okay, small SUVs, they are really, really popular right now.
Oh, yeah.
So there's two on the list, but I feel like I see this one, or at least the first one of the two, everywhere I go, and that is the Subaru Forester.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, super popular, really popular with our members, does well in our testing. I mean, even though the car was just redesigned, but it actually carries through a lot of the good virtues that it had before. And I think my personal favorite is the great visibility that you have in this car. There's a lot of glass around you, thin roof pillars, so you can just see out of it really well, which, isn't a given with some cars today. And, it's reliable, gets good fuel economy. It's just really, really practical, standard all-wheel drive. So yeah, there's a reason this car is really popular.
Okay, before we wrap up here, any last bit of advice for people looking to find the right car that doesn't break the bank?
Yeah, I mean, we have to be price conscious with that really high $48,000 price in mind. And I think, starting with this list is a great starting place, because a lot of them, cover a lot of ground. There's a lot of different categories, so you can we did a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But if you're going to shop for that new car, just be patient, be flexible. It can be a little overwhelming with how many models are out there, but if you're going after that car that just hit the market, there's going to be other people that really want it too. So maybe shop for something that maybe isn't brand new to the market, it's been out for a few years. And if you just have the ability to be patient, I think you can, eventually find yourself a good deal.
Alex, one thing we did not get to, but I want to tell people they can go to the website for this because I'll put it there. Hybrids. My first car was a Camry, and I just found out through the list today that it is now hybrid only. So that's also a great reliable pick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hybrids, we're finding, it might sound a little scary for some people, but they are generally just as reliable as their gas counterparts. And hybrids used to be kind of a little weird and esoteric, but these days you might not even know that Camry is a hybrid, other than the fact that you get 48 miles per gallon. So they can be awesome choices.
Ooh, I heard 40 miles per gallon. So yeah, that sounds very attractive to me. Might be my next pick for car buying. Alex, thank you so much. Great advice, my friend.